Hey guys, Abraham Mulich here. This is Business 110 class, and this is my project number one. I'm gonna name three companies or products that I do business with in the future, and give the reasons why, and three products or companies that I would not do business with in the future, and the reasons why. First company that I would definitely do business with in the future is the Ford, the car truck company, especially trucks, because I'm prone to it because it was my dad has a 1997 Ford F-350, and we've had it since I was like 3, and it's just a monster of a truck. It's still running, nothing wrong with it except for we had to change out the gas tanks on it, which is a mandatory thing to do when the truck is 20 years old. So it runs great. So obviously I'm gonna put my interest in future trucks and cars of that brand because it's got my attention. Now, the first on the con list is a company that I would not do with in the future is Nissan, because earlier in my life, my dad has told me stories about really bad Nissan cars that he's had and how bad they were, especially a while back. And also, just recently, my mom and sister got into a car wreck, and so we had to get a rental car. Of course, the rental car that they gave us was a Nissan Altima, and the car was fairly good. It had some cool features in it, like cameras on the mirrors and stuff, to let you know if you were turning if a car was there. And I thought that kind of stuff was cool, but the car in general just didn't have any power. When you tried going to the highway, it just didn't perform very well, and it didn't drive the smoothest. So naturally, I don't see myself doing business because I feel like a car is definitely something that needs to be powerful and of high quality, just standard. I mean, that's my opinion. Now, for my second on my pro list is PlayStation. Of course, this is kind of a technical thing. I really like them, or can't say I like them just because they're better than other brands per se, but it's just PlayStation's been in my life since I was like 2 years old. I have memories of my dad teaching me how to play games and playing fun games with him on my old PlayStation 2, and he's crippled now. And so it's just one of those fond memories that I look back on and I can't do now. And it's just something that I remember. Plus also, in the early 2000s, 2007-ish, PlayStation 3s came out, and Xbox 360s came out. Now, that PlayStation 3 offered free online gameplay and stuff like that, and the Xbox 360 did not. So I was just prone to PlayStation, and which brings me to my second con list item is Xbox. I would not do Xbox, or would not do business in the future with Xbox, mostly because they were, like I said, the first of the two PlayStation and Xbox major competitors to initiate a pay for something that you don't necessarily need to pay for basis. And, they required you to pay for online access to games. So I just broke me of Xbox in general, so I wouldn't switch to them. Now, my third on the pro list is Domino's Pizza. Delicious. Domino's, delicious. Pizza Hut, delicious. Papa John's, all right, good. All of them. Pizza, great. Great pizza. But I would do business with them in the future just because they've always been around. It's been the go-to grab a pizza if my family wanted pizza, and for all my life if I ever wanted pizza. So I would go to that company more so than any other pizza company just because it's always been, delicious, great, and convenient. They have delivery, and they always have. That I can remember at least. So that's why I would go for Domino's. It's just something that is prone to me that I don't really see very many other people choosing over everything else, but for me it is. So, which brings me to my last con. My con list Number 3 on my con list is Custom Dave's. It is a window tinting company for cars. I worked for this company that does business with NASCARs, and what we did is we put windshield overlay tints on the NASCARs to protect the windshield when they're racing. Now, we also had some side jobs where if people wanted some tint on their cars, we could tint their car windows too. And we re-tinted the windows of this one car that was tinted by Custom Dave's, and the tint was so terrible that you could completely see through it within a year and a half. And it took us 4.5 hours to scrape just the back window of the tint off of the window of the car, and it just was a real bad experience. And being young, I don't really see many products that I would just never go for business or never do business with, and I guess this is one of them, so it's why it's on my con list. Yeah, thank you guys. That's my list of businesses I would do business with and businesses I wouldn't do, and the reasons why. That's assignment 1 of Business 110. See you guys.